Oh, and first pitch crushing. Oh, man. Lean into it.
I was like, let me catch everyone up. We're talking about the collective bargaining agreement that ends December 1st. The MLB, I believe their last agreement was 2016, and we are now at that time to renegotiate. They've been trying to renegotiate all year and come to an agreement on basically a couple of things. Most importantly, it seems like player revenue. The players want more money. The owners haven't budged whatsoever on that, and they're the last proposal I'm going to read to you guys. This is the last proposal that the owners gave down to the MLBPA about what they wanted to see going forward with 2021. The last proposal was to lower the luxury tax threshold to $180 million while upping the over penalty. So if you go over that, I believe like the first time offense was like 25% of your salary. Now it's going to be up to whatever they choose to. The league would institute a salary minimum of $100 million, with the money collected from teams paying taxes to go to certain teams to help the minimum salary requirement. So that's been the biggest thing that's been that's basically this is the reason why everything is stalling, essentially. Like, players want to get paid more. The easy way to do that is to, obviously, if you were to raise minimum salaries and continue to raise minor league salaries and things like that, I think players would be happy. But of course, if you do that, then you have to start to raise everything across the board, which, going back to what Shai said, that would mean that these contracts will start to get even more ridiculous than they already are. So now, Jason, we can.
No, that's what I was gonna. My follow-up question was to Shai was, now that the numbers are getting shorter, is the dollar getting higher?
I don't. I think they're gonna try their best to avoid that, to be honest. And I think like it all comes down to money, and the owners are trying to pay less to the players, even though, you know what, I think it gets spread out a little bit more. It's not going to be as top heavy, you know what I mean? And I think that's good for the league, because I feel like there's only a certain amount of players that are able to get like those life-changing contracts. Like, think about it. You go throughout your whole career, you're almost 27, 28, then you get your big contract, right? And it's usually like a long contract, 7-8 years, and there's just one. I kind of see them being like, you know what, we're not going to do those long contracts because those bite us in the ass at the end of the contract, and we're maybe going to spread it around more. They definitely have the leverage, especially with the whole controversy with the minor league controversy, right?
Right.
So now they're able to say, well, we have to reallocate some of that money over here, and we got to treat them a little bit better. We got to spread it around a little bit more, and I think that's what they're going for. I definitely think they're trying to get rid of those long contracts, big numbers.
And for me, I think that's going to be the reason why we're going to end up going to a strike, because people like, if you're Corey Seager, you're like, what the fuck? Wait a minute.
Yeah, I know.
Wait a minute. So,
dude, wouldn't you be pissed, bro, if you played all you're balling through your 20s and you're ready for your first contract?
And they're like, 3 years, 100. He's like, excuse me.
That's all we could afford right now.
Sorry, man. Luxury tax. It's crazy out here. But these players are not going to allow that to happen, especially when you look at some of the contracts that just got handed out. I believe still, I think in highest value, I think the Mike Trout extension is still the highest one with the $436 million, I believe. But second would be, I think it's Tatis now is second, and then Mookie third with the 360 or 364 that he recently got. I think they are going to start moving towards shorter deals, but I don't think they're going to budge on that luxury tax. I think it's going to stay exactly where it is, because there's a lot of players, especially that are coming out sooner rather than later, who are going to argue that they didn't get their fair shot. Now, of course, moving forward, I think they're going to try to lower the service time.
Because they have to. Yeah, definitely.
They're going to have to, but that's the one thing that I think, like you said, the owners have all the leverage with that. They could choose to do that if they so see fit, but the biggest thing about that, and that's why a lot of players probably are pissed off, is because, that service time doesn't start until you actually get to the major. So if you are someone that's 26, 27, and you finally get your shot, you're not going to get your contract until you're
32.
Yeah, 32, which is, it's not going to happen. So they're going to try to lower that. However, I think that's going to be the sticking point. I think that's what's going to definitely cause a strike, because I don't even like. It was rumored that I was reading an SI article. They were saying that as soon as the World Series ends, you might see teams spending immediately because they see that, hey, if we can get some of these players under contract now before this lockout happens, we can probably get a deal off instead of actually trying to go into these crazy figures because a lot of these free agents might panic because it might not be a season.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that. What about you, Jason?
Well, I don't think we always see baseball, their off season always goes slow. So I don't think that's actually going to happen because how many teams are going to be able to assess, hey, is this guy going to resign with us? Is this guy not going to resign with us? So I think the timing is really against them on that one. But I do see a strike happening as well.